Hi, you all, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a collective reading. So, yeah, so I am getting a channel message. So I've been seeing a lot of bees. Okay, bees are quite significant. I have not been seeing like worker bees. I think these are the queen bees. Okay, something about Beyonce could be significant here, but I'm gonna be real with you. I don't feel like this has anything to do with Beyonce. Okay, so we're just gonna get a couple of cards out here and see what's going on with that particular energy. We have the Ace of Swords here. Okay, Ace of Swords mean confirmation. It's nothing to do with Beyonce, September Virgo. It has everything to do with information or receiving the download as clear as possible. Okay, with the Seven of Cups in reverse here, Seven of Cups is talking about it is clear, it is obvious, right? There's no other possibility, there's no other roads. The truth is, it's a yes, okay? And so forth and so on. So this is more of like, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you, okay? I don't want to get any other cards out, but this deck is being drawn to me. So we have chaos and conflict. So at the end of the day, we have round and round, right? At the end of the day, somebody or something built some form of conflict in the energy. It's not your fault, okay? It's not that person's fault. It's merely people who are not as experienced or situations that is not as experienced in moving away from conflict. Now, I feel like collective, there's an energy coming in about, it's not really about like someone being the bigger person. It's more of like, what are you going to do to figure out the conflict, right? For example, there's with the guy who got assassinated, the guy was his friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a conflict right there. The guy was his friend, and then you go on social media, you're the news guy, whatever it is, and you go online and you tell people, thank you so much for, helping with the case, right? On social media, sharing, trying to debunk. But the person that got congratulated was the guy named Tyler. And, the guy named Tyler, right? He was his friend. And we all know, you had to know, like, this person, because the guy also stated online that, in the news, I don't know what you call it, announcement, right, that, he became political over time, right? He became into politics more and more. Okay, and the fact that, on this planet, we say friends, and friends is supposed to be, someone who supports you, they care for you. They're not going to just, smile in your face, be a fake friend, right? He did do the right thing, but it's not what you say is how you say it, and it don't sound like he was being his friend. It sounds like he was giving this person enough rope to hang themselves, and it sounds like he was never his friend. That's a conflict. I think we're past this stage right now, collective, where we are kind of like turning a blind eye to what something looks like or sound like, okay? Because I know everybody there was like, okay, that's pretty fucked up. You knew that guy was, in a conspiracy, or they was plotting, okay? And you're his friend. So how could you not know that he was gonna do something like this? And then after he confessed to him, hey, I did this, he confided in you. And so that means that that's not just the first time he confided in you. You saw the signs. And so you decided to go tell on him, or allow this guy to pass away, and then you tell on him because there was no other way. People would have thought you were crazy. Now, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault. It's about like not solving the problem, mind, body, and soul, right? If you hear something, if you see something, if you feel something, then do something about it. Don't allow something to get worse when you could avoid the collision. When you felt like something, when you heard something, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying for you to listen and do things, and jump the guns. What I'm saying is we are in a primitive state or energy, whatever it is here. But right now the collective is elevated. Okay, and now we can hear things, we can see things, we can feel things intuitively and be like, okay, something's a bit off. You should check your energy. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer you are responsible, held responsible for your discernment. It's about you need to check yourself because it's loud and clear what's going on with you. Okay, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and we're past that. Oh, you're gonna sit here and trick me. We're not doing that because the energy, there's no such thing as a trickster energy. What it is Ace of Swords energy. It's clear, it's transparent. I can hear your thoughts, I can see your intentions. As whatever that is inside is coming out energy. It's the out, it's whatever that's coming in, whatever that's out, it's coming out in the physical realm. And that is the 5D and the 4D energy. Okay, so whatever this is here, this is mind, body, and soul. Nip it in the bud. And it's pretty clear that something is very annoying when round and round. It's conflicted. This B energy is saying the queen is, you are the queen, or you're going to be connected to something that is a conflicting energy. Your job is to solve the problem. Your job is to debunk the energy as much as you can. But with the energy, with the Ace of Swords here, that is saying that you have the key. And the key is to basically be as transparent as much as possible because the energy is being as transparent as much as possible. Okay? At the end of the day, whatever you guys are going through, whether you're just sitting there or someone is, you're not talking to somebody, at the end of the day, it's nobody's fault. It's a lack of you not just solving the problem, right, correctly. So this is what I'm saying. People who are cops, that got to be gone. There's no such, you don't need to have cops. You don't need to have the justice system. You don't need to have lawyers. You don't need to have jail or prison. This is what this energy is talking about. And the collective is not going to just shut that shit down because there are people in this energy that are psycho, okay? And they're not psycho. We just tell them that, hey, because you're in a 4 or 5D or 6, 8D, whatever energy, and that doesn't make sense to the 3D, you're going to have to go to jail, go to prison, etc., etc. We don't have the resources and such, right? This is a problem. When people were just now, like back in the days, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, back in the days, we used to look at people who are artistic, or there was this thing that was going around, people who are artistic, we know they are smarter than the average 5th grader, or we know they're smarter than a 5th grader, that's better, okay? But we still call them autistic or IEP people, or this and that and third. Oh, you're delayed. There's no such thing. They're on a different vibration and no frequency. Help them better understand the 3D rather than call them, delay or early intervention or IEP, whatever it is, OTC. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing so well. Okay, this is about diversity. So let's get to it. Okay, all you have to do with this energy is think like a diverse person. Okay, I know for a fact the white people are on a higher frequency because they're at the top of the food chain, like egos, eagles. Okay, right now you can honestly blame it on the white people. It's your fault, right? Like I said, it's nobody's fault, but you're the reason why there's all this conflict and chaos going on. You need to fix it. Okay, if somebody is doing something with this chaos and conflict, we're not pointing the fingers, but because they're at the top of the food chain, you have the best job in history. You've been eating better than other people, right, or other races. That's why people's hairs is falling out. That's why people get sicker than the average Joe. That's why people look the way they look. Okay. And white people, they look that way because in history, or their heritage in history, they didn't have the resources until they blended in with us. But still, they had enough time to take our shit, learn from us, and still eat in the household. And so forth and so on. People who were on a lower frequency in history had to use their vibration and their frequency, their aura, okay, to change the vibration of the food, the mind, body, and soul, to make it compatible, qualify for the vibration, frequency of the white people or whoever was on a higher pedestal back in the days. But from my knowledge and my history, it was white people. This is not a racial thing. This is not anything like that. It's just like, it's pretty clear as day. It is exactly what it is. And this is not about like, oh, you smell bad, you're homeless, you're this. It's conflict. You are homeless because somebody didn't do their job. You are on welfare because somebody didn't do their job. It's not about, oh, you do this, it's every single person, every minute, every second, every hour. It's a conflict. Fix it. Make attempts to fix it, and you'll see that your vibration and or frequency will change. If you're physically tired, you don't have to push, because it's about vibration and or frequency. When you change your vibration and or frequency and align to change yourself, your environment is not as dirty. The people that you're attracting is not as bad. You have to practice. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and teach you, okay? Because you already know. All you got to do is think differently. You don't have to call somebody up, and you could just change your energy and be like, listen, if this person contacts me, if this person wants to apologize to me, if I see this person on the street, I'll just be open and I'll hear what they have to say. And I'll give this person unconditional love. I'll give this person the benefit of the doubt, even though you want to whip their ass, beat their ass. But practice every second, every minute, every hour. We listen and we don't judge. I know you think that's funny, but it's so true. The aura and energy came to us because Spirit wants us to listen and not judge. Don't ever judge. Because when you're on a higher frequency, it's just all about the Ace of Swords energy. It's just truth. It's just spirit. To be grateful, that's a lower frequency. That's for poor people. To judge, that's a lower frequency. You just know. Okay? So with this chaos and conflict, every minute, every second, every hour, figure it out. Align yourself with positivity. Now, I'm not saying for you to be naive, though, okay? I just want to, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is every minute, every second, every hour, give unconditional love and try every minute, every second, every hour. Be the best person, be the best person, be the best person that you can. Every minute, every second, every hour. Talk to yourself. Say, it's okay, I'm tired. And really try, okay? If you're trying to swindle or manipulate somebody and somebody is not doing their part, then do what you have to do. You don't got to kill somebody. You don't got to take that person to court. Do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, when you know vibration and spirit, like Nikola Tesla, if you want to understand the laws of the universe, or if you want to understand the universe, understand or read more about vibration and frequency. And it's so true. Because you don't need to take people to court. When you're on a higher frequency, like IEP people, autistic people, when you're on a higher frequency, the truth is right there. I could tell you lying. That's why there's so many people on this planet. There's a lot of Taurus fields, right? Toroidal fields, or whatever, how you call it. Electromagnetic waves and stuff like that. I know you're lying. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you, but why are you lying for? Here's a solution. That's why you don't need jail, prison. That's why you don't need justice systems. I don't understand why people listen. I respect that you're going in a direction, but you're not listening to what the vibration and the frequency is. You're not listening to your existence. I respect you, and I don't like the LAP. I don't like cops. I wouldn't be a cop. But you a cop, I respect your services. I respect you in the military. I respect you doing what you gotta do. But I'm not gonna go there. My children want to go there, I respect you. And I tried my best. But I'm going to try to talk to you every minute, every second, every hour when you come home. And I'm not going to show you no damn trend, because it is knowing energy. You are lost. You don't need none of that stuff. I don't understand why African American people, they want to rob or want to do all of. They're impulsive. They're late. They're on a lower frequency. That's why they keep going to jail. They go into jail or some shit like that. For what reason? We live in 2025. What are you trying to say? You have all the resources. Oh, they still being, go talk to them. You don't know yourself. They're the lowest. They're not even on a 3-dimensional energy. They're forwards and backwards. That's why they're always going in and out of jail. 2-dimensional energy. No shade. You think forward and backwards. You don't see your surroundings. You don't see time. You're just impulsive. You're angry. Same thing with African American women. It's the same thing with also people on a collective level too. Stop getting upset. And I know it's hard because we are programmed. Calm down. Because when you're on a higher frequency and a higher vibration, that shit is not there. You'll sense chaos and conflict. But you have to transmute the energy. Be an alchemist. Some of y'all don't believe in this shit, and it's so real. Y'all just hear things, you know? And spirit, the energy, the vibration, the frequency is so patient. Well, they're not really patient, but it's like we have an environment where we can, you know, say the word patient, okay? And that vibration and frequency is learning from us, okay? We are always communicating with each other. But right here, spirit is saying, you keep going round and round about a situation. At the end of the day, figure the conflict and the chaos out. But I will say right now, this is definitely, whoever's on top, whoever's the hierarchy, it's a problem. They need to figure it out. You need to figure out how you can work with them. And that doesn't mean denying. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to help you out, but you better. You don't need to say all of that shit. You say that shit when somebody's on a certain vibration and a frequency. People say that shit because they're emotional or they want to let you know. You don't need to let me know. You need to calm down. Because now we're not even talking about the chaos and the conflict. We're talking about you. And you're no longer on the same vibration and on frequency. You're going to have to go over there. This energy is a problem. Y'all need to figure it out. Okay? You can start small. And if you're in front of somebody and or a situation, don't be the bigger person. Just figure it out for the greater good. If you have any court cases or anything like that, shut it down. There should be no court cases at all. Because you want to have the justice system not ever have any fucking cases. Shut it down. Like, if somebody been murdered or anything like that, you do what you got to do. But someone is not being murdered every fucking second. Shut it down. Anybody who's going to jail or prison, put them in a psychiatric place, because it's about vibration and frequency and chemistry. If you want to really, you know, start from that level, vibrational frequency, shut it down. We need to transition. You need to transition. Okay. So that is all. Oh, let me see what chakra y'all can start from. I'm seeing the throat chakra, so look at that. I'm seeing the throat chakra. Y'all need to speak, and this is vibration, this is frequency, this is intent, this is telekinesis, okay? This is blocked by lies. Don't lie. And the more you're on a higher frequency and the vibration, the more you can tell when somebody's lying. The collective is no longer in a 3-dimensional energy. The collective is in the energy of the 5th dimensional and the 4th dimensional energy. Things should be quite abnormal at this point. So you can tell when somebody's lying. The energy is a lot more calmer, inviting. It's a conversation. If you guys don't do this every minute, every second, every hour, if people do not do this, this is also for animals too as well. Because you are at the top of the food chain, humans. And when your vibration and frequency changes, the insects will change. The birds, they will change. Just like when there's a rain coming or a storm coming, the birds get low. The air gets dense. It's the same thing with us. So it starts with you. Not it ends with us or ends with you. Not like Blake Lively or whatever his name is. Ronald Reagan's or Ryan something. Okay, it starts with you. Change your thoughts. Change your thoughts. And you will see that your thoughts is going to shape and mold your realm. Literally, okay? You're going to see some unusual shit. Okay? Literally and also on the spiritual level. Okay? And if we're going to talk about conflict, always have a solution. That's why my readings are the way that they are. They end with you being on a higher frequency. Okay, so that's all that I have for you. I hope you guys enjoy. Remember to like, subscribe, and to share. Look in the description box below, see what I have to offer you. Check out my Instagram, and until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye.